Yeah, so hello guys, and we are back live. So the match between Czech Republic and Croatia, sorry, not Croatia, obviously, England is now officially over, and it ended 1-0 in favor of England. The only goal was scored by Raheem Sterling. So actually, the interesting fact here is that for Czech Republic, there was only one scorer in this group stage. That was Patrick Schick, of course, with 3 goals. And in terms of England, we have only one scorer there as well, and that's Raheem Sterling with 2 goals. So you can see, guys, the board or the group points for each team just right here. And yeah, for England, 7 points, pretty solid. Not gonna lie here. For Croatia, it is 4 points. For Czech Republic, 4 points as well. For Scotland, 1 point. So again, Scotland are going home from this European Championship. Czech Republic, on the other hand, they are going to make it through from the table of the third teams. And Croatia, very good finish for Croatia indeed. They have been able to defeat Scotland. So right now, guys, let's look at the matches that were played in this group. Let's go here and let's click group details. So this will be like not only reaction to the match between England and Czech Republic at Wembley tonight, but this will be also kind of a review of the group stage of the Group D here, because of course Group A, Group B, Group C, and right now also Group D are already finished. Tomorrow we are finishing Group E and also Group F. So then the group stage tomorrow will be officially over. And of course, this Saturday, the round of 16, they are starting the knockout stage of this European Championship. So, guys, let's look at the first. Let's look at today's game, England against Czech Republic. So again, today's game, it was a once again, very solid defense from England. However, I just feel like they are really not using that offensive power that they definitely do have. Right, let's just see here the lineup for England. Of course, Jordan Pickford starting at the net. Then you have 2 center backs, Harry Maguire alongside John Stones. Of course, Harry Maguire, his first game at this European Championships, he did pretty well. I would say, overall the England defense looks just absolutely solid. Looks just great. Then Andrew Shaw, you have on the left side Kyle Walker, on the right side you have 2 midfielders, or 3 midfielders actually, Declan Rice, Phillips, and Grealish. Finally starting in that starting 11, Bukayo Saka, and his very big debut today at the big tournament for England. So definitely kudos to him, kudos to Bukayo Saka. He's still only 19 years old, 19 years of age, so it must have felt really good for Bukayo Saka to be able to play for England and to be able to play in Wembley. Definitely a very big occasion for this young player. Raheem Sterling with a goal. I found it funny that it was a header from Sterling, and of course Sterling is one of those not very tall players, so definitely Sterling isn't considered to be a good player for headers. That's what you more expect from Harry Kane. But again, Kane was the captain today. He didn't manage to score, so Harry Kane, the best goal scorer of the FIFA World Cup 2018 in Russia, he's still waiting for his first goal at this year's European Championship. So we should see when that will come. But again, I felt like this was another very solid defensive game from England. We'll look at the statistics in just a second. And then again, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them. So let's look at the Czech Republic and their lineup here. Václav was in the net. Actually, let me just move my camera because apparently it is in the way of the lineups. Yeah, this should be better. So Czech Republic, Václav in net, the goalkeeper of Sevilla. He's reported to leave Sevilla after this season. Then we had 4 defenders, Božil, Kalas, Čelustka, and Soufal. And the lineup was also with 3 midfielders, Souček, Holeš, and Darida. Up front, Masopust, Masopust Jankto and of course Patrick Schick, the three goals players so far at this European Championships. So Czech Republic, they played really solid in the match against Croatia. Played also really well against Scotland, where they were able to get a 2-0 victory. And today, against England at the Wembley, we all remember that the last game when they met at the Wembley and England won very comfortably 5-0. This time it was a lot more tight. But it was a very solid performance from England, especially back at the end in defense. You can see the total attempts. Actually, Czech Republic with 7 total attempts, England with 5. When we look at attempts on target, 2 for England, 1 for Czech Republic. Hit the woodwork. England won. Of course, Raheem Sterling at the very beginning of this game, he has hit the woodwork. That was a big chance. He didn't manage to score on that one, but of course later Raheem Sterling was able to score with a header of a pass from Jack Grealish. So well played for Sterling in this one as well. Sterling, actually, I do believe he was raised right next to the Wembley Stadium, and when he played at Wembley, I do believe Raheem Sterling has never lost here, which is another very interesting stat. When we look at corners, 6-4 in favor of England, offsides 5-2. So, ball possession 57% for England, 43% for Czech Republic. Passing accuracy, very good for England players. 86% passes attempted, 530 for England. Passes completed, 454. Distance covered, actually the Czech players covered 9, not 9, but about 7 more kilometers than did the England players, but at the end it didn't really matter. So yeah, these are the basic stats from today's match. England against Czech Republic. Good win for England, I have to say. They weren't like very explosive at the offensive. As you can see, only 5 total attempts and only 2 attempts on target. So again, England, like I would say, the main thing with England for me is that they are not using their offensive potential that they for sure have. They have offensive potential. They have a lot of offensive potential actually, but I feel like they are just not using it. Let's look at not lineups. We have already looked at the lineups, but let's look at the bench of England actually. So you have here Henderson, Rashford, Trippier, Minks, Cody, Sancho, Calvert-Lewin, White, James, Bellingham. You have so many good players, and I feel like the style of Gareth Southgate is just like too boring for me. I just feel like that, just of course the defensive part of the game is very solid for England. We don't have to talk about that. They have not conceded a single goal so far on this tournament, but just the offensive game is what just I would say what I'm most disappointed about. Of course, I'm not from England, but I just feel like they could be a lot better. They definitely can. And yeah, even today's game, right? They scored a goal they needed in the first 15 minutes. They scored a goal in the 12th minute, and since then it was just a pure defensive game. Like again, they played what they needed, I would say, but I feel like they could definitely do more. They could do more. That's just my feeling here. So yeah, that's this game. Let's look at Gary Neville. And what he has said. I guess this was after this match was played. I do believe. It's a case of job done. They have been really professional. I don't think England are going to win this tournament by outplaying France, Germany, Portugal, or Spain. I don't think we have got the players to do that. I genuinely think we are going to win it in the way we are playing now. Keeping clean sheets and creating those individual moments of brilliance. So this was said by Gary Neville, I assume after this game. So again, like oh sorry, I'll move my camera again so you can see the full quote what Gary Neville has said. Again, like a very interesting quote for sure. Of course, Gary Neville knows what he's saying, and in a way I agree with him, in a way I don't. I just think that England, they do have very good players, and I think that they could outplay, like like I feel like they could play an open game with anyone, basically with France, Germany, Portugal, or Spain. Like Spain, they are not playing well enough. Like I would say, if right now Spain would face England, England would just demolish the Spanish opposition. I just feel like so. That's really like interesting to read from Gary Neville, but yeah, I genuinely, what he has said, I genuinely think we are going to win it in the way we are playing now, keeping clean sheets and creating those individual moments of brilliance. Um, yeah, that's also interesting, view on the situation. I'm not completely sure if, like, the question is who will England face in the round of 16, right? Um, Actually, when we look at who will England face in the round of 16, let's try to go here. I think matches or fixtures and matches, and here we go, round of 16. So you have already Wales against Denmark, that is set. You have Italy against Austria, that will be played at Wembley. And you have England right here because they finished first in Group D, so they will play against the second team from Group F, also nicknamed the Group of Death. So you would think that England would face in the round of 16 at Wembley, they would face either, I would think, Portugal or Germany potentially, or France. Like they could face any of these three, right? Any of these three they could face potentially. Germany are playing against Hungary and France are playing against Portugal. So like genuinely they could be facing Germany, Portugal, or France, and it would be a very tough matchup for England. They would be playing at Wembley. So, like, I think that would be a match to watch. Definitely a match to watch. England against one of the teams from the Group F, from the Group of Death. So that would be really really nice to see. I'm looking forward to that. It will be on Tuesday at 18, so 6 p.m. Central European Time. Again, I don't know how far England team could go this time. I have no idea, to be honest. But that could be, I think, very very important match, the round of 16 against one of those three teams that I have just mentioned, France, Portugal, or Germany. And I think that that match against one of those teams in the Group F that could very well decide the future of England team in this tournament and how far they possibly can go. So again, let's look back to the group D. Let's go back to this group that we have been watching today. So let me move my camera again just here. So again, very disappointing for Scotland. Obviously, only 1 point out of 3 games. That was for a draw with England. Actually, Scotland losing to both Croatia and Czech Republic. Um, Goal differential for Scotland -4. That's not good at all. So yeah, this group definitely didn't go the way the Scotland fans wanted. But yeah, it is what it is. Czech Republic, they have to be satisfied with themselves. Again, they have got 4 points. They are going all the way to the round of 16. Croatia again, they have been able to win a very vital game today against Scotland. So very very well for them as well. 4 points, they are going through from the second place, which I think they are very very satisfied indeed. I think before this tournament started, if you would say to the Croatians that they will finish second in the group, they will say like, sure, where can I sign, right? I definitely, they would definitely will want that. I would say that I like before this tournament started, I was not sure about the current form of Croatia. Of course, they did manage to go all the way to the final back in at the World Cup 2018, but right now I just feel like they don't have that good of a players, that good of a team. A lot of players like Luka Modric, like Ivan Rakitic, and others. Ivan Perisic, Mandzukic. They are getting older and older. Some of them also retired already. So it is getting harder and harder for Croatia to start their new generation. I would say that that generation that has been able to reach the finals at the World Cup 2018 in Russia, that was their golden generation. And again, I think the second place for Croatia, that's just very good. And actually, let's see who will be Croatia facing in the round of 16, because I think that would be very interesting to look at. So let's look at round of 16. And Croatia, that is the second spot from the Group D. So Croatia will be facing the second in Group E. So actually that would be decided who will be the second in the Group E. That would be decided tomorrow. It would be either Spain, Slovakia, Poland, or Sweden. All of those four teams basically could end up first and also second. So it is all open in Group E as well. And yeah, so Croatia will be facing the second from the Group E, and Czech Republic, again, we don't know right now where Czech Republic would finish. They would play either here or they could be also here. So against Belgium or potentially against Netherlands, they could be also facing the first team in Group A. So it is still not decided yet against who the Czech Republic will be playing. So yeah, that's basically the Group D right here. Again, I think that probably the most important thing for England fans is that they are going through. But the way they are going through, the way they have been playing, I would say is not very satisfying at all. Because as I have said, like 1-0 victory over Czech Republic, 1-0 victory over Croatia, a 0-0 draw against their biggest rival Scotland. That's like not something to be like. It is like I wanted to say it's not something to be proud of. Well, kind of it is, because like they have kept 3 clean sheets. So the thing is, even like we have read that Gary Neville saying that this is the way England should play. I'm not completely sure that every England fans feel the same way about this group stage, but like, I mean, it is what it is. For England, I definitely think that they could be playing a lot nicer, a lot better, a lot more offensive football. But if the coach decides to play this way, it is completely his thing, right? He's the only one who would be blamed if the England would be lost in, like if they would be knocked out in the group stage, or if they wouldn't finish first. So England managed to finish first, so job done for Gareth Southgate and his men. But I would say again, as I have said earlier, just the way they have been playing, it has been very alarming for me personally. Let's look at England against Croatia, the first match of this group. Only lonely goal of this match, again scored by Raheem Sterling, the striker for Manchester City here. And again, the lineup for England: Mason Mount playing here. Of course, Mason Mount wasn't able to play today because of his positive contact with one of the Chelsea players. I do believe he was talking to Billy Gilmour after the match against Scotland, and Billy Gilmour apparently tested positive for COVID. So that's probably the reason why, I think that's the reason why Mason Mount wasn't playing today. Phil Foden was in the lineup. Then again, Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, they look like a very established midfield duo for Gareth Southgate. John Stones is playing always. Kieran Trippier, he played against Croatia, he didn't play today. Kyle Walker, he did play in all games. Jordan Pickford at the net. For Croatia again, you look here: Modric, of course, Brozovic, Kovacic, Perisic, Kramaric, Rebic, like the traditional lineup of the Croatians, right? I wonder where like Rakitic wasn't playing, obviously, but yeah. Simon Hart, England reporter, after this match, he has said the Guardian finally notes how England have succeeded in setting an upbeat tone, in part by feeding off the energy of the home crowd yesterday. It adds: England's emergence from the tunnel and pre-match bellowing of the national anthem were genuinely uplifting moments. So yeah, magical, brilliant England. Sterling fulfills a childhood dream days after his award as Wembley lad makes history with 3 Lions winner. So here you go. Raheem Sterling, definitely he's the player for England at this year's Euros. Maybe the majority of people expected Harry Kane to be the goal-scoring leader, But after the group stage, I bet that not many fans expected that England would score in those 3 matches only 2 goals. That's like I bet that all of the fans expected like it would be at least 4 goals or something like that. But it is 2 goals. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, I have said it earlier. I expected more for England in terms of offensive, but again, they got what they wanted. They are first in the group, so they are going to the knockout stage with a pretty good position. Again, they would be facing the second team from the group of death, so I'm not completely sure if that's what they were looking for, but again, that's just how tournament works, and that's just how the pairings are set. So again, you look at total attempts in this game against Croatia, it was 8-8. In terms of shots on target, it was 1 for Croatia, 2 for England. So again, 2 shots on target for England, 8 total attempts overall for England. That's just not a dominance from England, right? It was not a dominance from England also in the match against Croatia. Again, the ball possession 52% for England. It was like not a dominant performance, but it was a win. It was a win which they really needed. And again, when we look at the match that England played against Scotland, it was also 0-0. It was a draw, a dead draw, 0-0. You look at the lineup again: Kane, Mount, Sterling, Foden, Rice, Phillips. This was the way that England liked to play, but this time you see against Scotland, the England coach Gareth Southgate, he decided to go with other like fullbacks. He decided to go with Reece James, and Luke Shaw. Which again, it seems like Gareth Southgate is quite a bit changing those fullbacks, which is pretty interesting to me. But yeah, it is what he likes to do. Like, he has many choices at the fullbacks, right? He has Luke Shaw, he has Reece James, he has of course Kieran Trippier, he has Ben Chilwell, he has, who else was there? Like, of course, Kyle Walker and some other guys. So he has a lot of choices to choose from on the fullbacks. Again, John Stones, he has been playing on the centre backs for all of the 3 games. The question is, who will he play with at the knockout stage? Because he was playing with Tyrone Mings against Scotland and also against Croatia. Today he was playing with Harry Maguire, the player of the Manchester United. So I think it will be very interesting to see who will Gareth Southgate choose for the round of 16. If he will go with John Stones, I guess he will. Because Stones played in all of the England matches in the group stage, but the question is who will play next to him. I'm expecting Harry Maguire, to be quite honest. I think he did it quite well today, but yeah, we should see. Anyway, so these are the England matches at the group stage, and Croatia. Again, Croatia lost against England. That match we have already looked at. We can look also at the match between Croatia and Czech Republic that ended in a 1-1 draw. So it was a goal from Perisic in the 47th minute and a goal from Patrick Schick from penalty. So again, for Croatia, 1-1 draw. When we look at statistics, basically, here we go. Stats from this game: total attempts 11-11, attempts on target only 1 for Czech Republic, 2 for Croatia. So it wasn't like an offensive outstanding game. Like, neither of this game, I would say, was offensively very very appealing to the fans out of these group stage games. This was like the one of the least interesting groups to be looking at, I would say. Like, in terms of offensive football, like, not many goals were scored here. Like 1-0, 2-0, 1-1, love 0-0, love 1-0, 3-1. The only game that was offensively like really with a lot of goals scored was this game, Croatia against Scotland. It was finished just a few minutes ago. Croatia managed to win 3-1. Goals from Vlasic, Modric, and Perisic. The only goal from the Scots came from McGregor. So again, this was a good game from Croatia. After the first half, it was 1-1. I thought that it would be a dead draw, but Croatia managed to win. Modric, Perisic, again, those old guys from 2018, old guard for Croatia, managed to win this game. And yeah, let's see what John Collins had to say after this game. He played against England at Euro 96. Croatia are very good in possession. They don't give it back cheaply. And too often tonight, I felt that when our goalkeeper got the ball back, Free weren't demanding it. They weren't taking the responsibility. Elvir Islamovic, the Croatia reporter, he has said, or Croatia captain Luka Modric has said, this goal means a lot to me, but our play means more. From the beginning until the end, I am happy that my goal helped, but it's more important that the team won. So again, we know that Luka Modric, he's more of a team player. He was the captain also in this one, of course, probably the most experienced player of the Croatians. He's a great leader, definitely. Of course, he extended his contract with Real Madrid for another season, so it should be great to see him play for yet another season at that very top level. And again, Luka Modric, Croatia captain. We are happy because we played a big match and qualified for the next round. We were not happy with performances in the first two matches, and we knew we could be better. When we play like this, we are dangerous to everyone. So, yeah, I would say I didn't watch this game because I was watching, obviously, England against Czech Republic. But when we look at attempts, like 11-12, so overall, this wasn't like the most interesting game, but when you look at on target, attempts on target, actually this is where it changes, because 7 attempts on target for Croatia. Out of those 11 total attempts, 7 of them went on target, which is just crazy number, very good number for Croatia. And yeah, they like just looking at the stats, also ball possession 64% for Croatia, passing accuracy 91%. This just shows me that they have been playing really well in this game, and yeah, this just shows me that that they have been really good. Passes completed, even this shows you how good they have been in this game. 648 compared to only 318 passes attempted for Scotland. Sorry, passes completed for Croatia. 590, only like more than 2 times less the amount the Scotlands have had, right? So really, this was dominance for Croatia. And if Croatia will play like this in their knockout stage, definitely they could be very dangerous against anyone they play against. Again, they have showed in the World Cup 2018 that they could beat anyone. Of course, the final against France, it wasn't ideal, but overall they had a great tournament. So far at the Euros, I was very disappointed with Croatia, especially the way they played against Czech Republic and against England. But against Scotland, again, in the first half, probably it was 1-1, but in the second half they were able to do their job. They were able to produce the level of football they really needed. And finally, they won 3-1, which is the most important thing, and they were able actually to go over the Czech Republic. So that was the most important for them, right? They are going from the second place through to the knockout stage. So definitely they must feel very good about themselves. So guys, yeah, this is basically the review of the Group D. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them. And if you don't, I will like to thank you guys very much for tuning in. And again, see you in the next videos. I will be publishing next videos tomorrow. We'll be reviewing the Group C and also Group B. And also tomorrow, probably during the night, in the evening, we'll be reviewing the Group E, which will be finished tomorrow. We have Sweden, Slovakia, Spain, and Poland. Sweden, so far the only team that has a guaranteed place in the round of 16. However, so far still, also Slovakia, Spain, and Poland, all of these 3 teams still have a chance of making it all the way to the round of 16. And then, of course, tomorrow also the big group of death. France, Germany, Portugal. This group also, the last matches, round 3 matchups of this group will be played tomorrow, so we will be also reviewing the Group F in the next days, and we will be doing especially I would say during Thursday and Friday, the preview for each round of 16 matchups. So we will be doing the preview for the Wales against Denmark, the Wales against Italy against Austria, and then also these other games obviously as well. So a lot of content coming up, guys, a lot of videos, a lot of live streams. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, guys, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are currently at 3 subscribers, trying to reach number 10 as soon as possible, so every single subscriber is really appreciated. And again, guys, if you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. I will be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, thank you very much for this live stream, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next videos. See you in the next live stream. And thank you for this one, guys. Again, it has been wait, what is this? Let me adjust this because this is not working well. Yes, this looks better. Okay. So again, it has been yet another great day of football, great evening of football, great night of football, wherever you are. And yeah, it is eventually England who has been able to defeat Czech Republic 1-0. So it is England who tops the Group D. You can see the standings again. I will show you the standings yet again. Group D, here we go. England at the top, 7 points for England. 2 goals scored, 0 goals against, 3 clean sheets for the Three Lions. Very impressive from England. At the defense, not so much in the offense, we have to say. Croatia second with 4 points. 4 points also for Czech Republic. Czech Republic, we will be seeing Czech Republic in the round of 16 because they are one of the better teams from the third places. So again, guys, that's it for today's live stream. If you don't have any more questions, thank you very much for tuning in. See you in the next videos. See you in the next live streams. And yeah, tomorrow. See you tomorrow, basically. And yeah, it was very nice seeing you. See you guys. And stay safe. Bye, guys.